Hey guys, what's up? Gaurav here. And at the beginning of last year, I came across this post that somebody was conducting a workshop on vision boards in Pune. And of course, me being me, I did not go for it. But I did go to YouTube and I watched a video on like what the heck is a vision board? Because they're like workshops being conducted on vision boarding. So I came across this really cool video, and I'll find a link and I'll link out to it. And I'm like, okay, let's do it, but I'm too lazy. I'll just randomly go and snapshot some images that I like on the internet. I'll just put in like a few keywords, see what comes up, and I'll take a quick snapshot of it. I'll throw it into Google Photos, make a collage of it, and I'll call it my vision board. And I did make it my wallpaper for some time, but normally like I'm conducting like webinars and stuff, then it gets like pretty complicated. So I changed it out in the middle of the year, but I had like a kind of visual snapshot of this in my mind, and I'll tell you a little bit about it because it's kind of freaky. I'm not one to like super plan and visualize and stuff like that. But I said, what the heck, dude? It's going to take me like 15 minutes of time. I get the concept of visualizing. I get the concept of putting a board so that you see it every day. So I did it, and I'll tell you a quick story about this. And I really want you to make a vision board in 2020. And instead, I'm going to be making a special class with my students on building a vision board because I think this is it. If you can build a vision board, there's so much more likelihood that you're actually going to read it. So, starting with number one, I wanted to wake up at 4 a.m. and meditate. Meh, 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 fail. But there is, I think, even a cooler story about this picture. So, just before a webinar that I conducted day before yesterday, which we had like over 1,000 people on the webinar, this was my background, and it was just probably the most random background I picked, but everybody on the call was like, wow, awesome. And it also happened to me the biggest webinar I did in my entire life, thanks to my buddy Digital Deepak, which I'll tell you more about in my vision board. And we made over 5.5 lakhs in 60 minutes. And it just so happened to be this background that I randomly picked. And then we 100,000. So I was thinking like videos. I knew video was going to be big in 2019. So my idea was to get like 100K views, up to 100,000 followers written down. I'm not even close to that, meaning I started with zero and now I'm probably at maybe like 2,000 subscribers. But I did attempt, one of my video did get like 80,000 views on Facebook, and I did some crazy Facebook live stuff, which I'm sure I impacted or reached more than 100,000 people when I did the 24-hour challenge. The 100K saved, that did not happen, but I did receive, or I am rather going to receive, a super premium card that has just been introduced in the market, which I'll tell you a little bit later. So, kind of on the finance side. And then this is the emblem of my guru, which I'm super happy that he's taking care of like my entire family and all is like really good. Can't be ever more grateful. The team, for me, team is everything because together everyone achieves more. And I've had a fantastic team this last year. Got some new people, built on existing stuff, a lot more trust, a lot more comfort in knowing that my business is moving forward with a awesome team and partners that support all these visions and goals. This one I would say is my absolute favorite. Again, I just like randomly Googled uh, a snapshot. No, I randomly Googled speaking on stage, and I got this picture, and I'm like, wow, dang, that looks like quite an important conference. And I had the privilege this year to speak to over 3,000 people in different locations in India. And I can tell you, this is probably the closest representation of where I was conducting these uh, freaking massive powerhouse educational trainings along with a really cool team of digital marketing experts. And I literally couldn't ask for anything more. SUVs, this again trickled down into my wives and my lives. We knew we had another kid this year, last year. So we visualized for a car this year, so we wanted something slightly bigger, so that we could take the dogs and we can put in the kids. It never happens taking the dogs and the kids, but we have the opportunity to do so, and once in a while we kind of make that happen. This bod I just put in like yoga bod, and I'm going to shave my chest at the end of the year, and I'm going to show you how close or how not close it is. This is something kind of I've been looking forward to, is feeding the needy. Just like bang opposite our house, there is a slum, and my grandmom, like on certain days, like she tells me to go and like feed them and give them stuff and all that stuff. So I did that once, but looking forward to doing it at least two. Hopefully, if everything goes well, making it like a monthly ritual, making it a daily ritual, feeding both in terms of food as well as in terms of education. Both two things I think are super super needy and required. I did have a little bit of a credit uh, slow down the last 2 years, but managed to just like pay off old debts and write-offs, and look forward to building like an excellent credit history, buy a house and stuff like that. So that is again always work in progress. And here we've got the good life. This was a simple one, the good life. Just one day, like my family and me, my wife and me, we were on the beach, and it just so happened that like we were all in this order. I didn't even think about it, but we were on the beach with my son, with my daughter, my wife, and this again is not us, but it was a visualization of saying like this is how it should be, and got a picture pretty dang close to this. My focus for this year has been on building monthly recurring revenue, building passive income, and I think along with the end of year challenge that I've been broadcasting online, along with the other major trainings that we've been putting out, I think we have built something that is going to help everybody in terms of passive income, as well as in really creating opportunities, equal opportunities across the world. And then this was a holiday, like my sister invited us over to Thailand, and we had like a swimming pool and a house, which kind of looked exactly like this. And we spent a week and a half over there. So that was pretty cool. I did visit Bali, and I was at this conference called Running Remote, and this really cool guy from Ukraine came up to me, and he had a drone that was, it wasn't orange, it was black, but it was the top of the line. He's like, dude, do you want to fly it? I'm like, fuck yeah, sure. And flew it like, man, really, really far all across uh, the ocean, and got it back. So I didn't buy a drone, but I had all the fun of getting a drone. And then we had the business blueprint, info products, selling online courses. We're doing webinars every single Monday, every single Friday, teaching people how to build info products, teaching people how to learn and execute digital marketing so that they can build their online business. And then, of course, you got friends, be happy, build memories. Memories are everything. And I think both my wife and me have heard the song Memories like a gazillion times. So I think it's got something to do with that. And then finally, this is what I am super, super grateful for. Um, I think it just solves so many problems. And the minute you see that, everything starts to change. So super grateful for my viewers, super grateful for all the opportunities, business partners, friends, families, um, alliances, masterminds, everything. Thank you so much for making this happen. Just going to really quickly scroll to give you the top 10 scrolling through. These were some, here's another one. Learned a lot from you. Want to have you as a business mentor. These are like messages that are coming in. Great friends like Avi Arya messaging each other, talking to each other. So this was another really cool thing, speaking at probably one of the coolest banks in the country. And this was like, you can see the representations, and this didn't happen just one time. It happened, I think we did like 4 events. Super shout out to Success Gyan for really making it happen, making 2019 a super powerful year. Just hanging with the boys, made some amazing friends, wore some amazing rings. And special shout out to Avi Arya. Here you can see the size of the halls just getting bigger and better. So you can see, and like I kid you not, like last year, the biggest audience I'd ever spoken to in my entire life, and something that I would be super duper nervous was maybe like 80 people, 90 people, maybe 100, 120, 130 tops, like 130, 140 people in the room. And then boom, Mumbai happened, and that like went to over 1,000 people. So met so many people all across. Mr. Sanjay and Gopal played a great I had a great time with them this year. Surain cannot miss out. The man behind the scenes, putting together Success Gyan, all the business gurus, lots and lots of presentation time. This was just like moments before getting onto stage. Really cool stuff over here. The official selfie, if you've followed me long enough, you know that like just before I get onto stage, I have my quirky drill. And this, like, man, I think the internet is not liking this scrolling through Facebook so fast. So Facebook is like, dude, what's the video? Deepak, Mr. Deepak, really done awesome things this year together, joint ventures, got some TV coverage, some crazy stuff happening over here. Uh, 10 years ago, loving Google, a little bit of donations. Um, be lazy, mantra of the year, be lazy. I met a lot of, like I said, cool people doing these workshops, doing these events. And man, this is December. Like, I just want to like scroll all the way down because there's the end of the year challenge, the one in the banana boat, which again got shared and went, got a lot of traction. A lot of people, my buddy Kulwant and me are hotel buds. We're traveling so much together around the country that we bunked together the day before and the day after the conference. So always awesome to meet people from all across the country, different families, different backgrounds, but all brought together by digital marketing. That's what kind of unites us. So we had a very cool uh, webinar on domain flipping as well. You can see, like, yeah, it totally floods up when we're doing these events. It's had some bakery stuff happening. This is actually one of our favorite pictures, taken a long, 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 long time ago when we were kids. Hanging with friends, hanging with family. I love this one. This is my son Ray's first time in the farm, getting to see these nice animals, some training happening. This guy also deserves a special shout out, Saravan. A super committed guy, super diligent. He went through all our certifications, he went through all our courses. And here we had the end of year challenge, just 50 days left, and you can see it's a slightly different look over here with the beard. Diwali holidays, of course. Behind the scenes, this is what we did every single Sunday. We still continue to do this every single week on WhatsApp, on Zoom, connect with the masters, discuss like what the next plans are, see what's happening. We're doing these live classes, Sunday brunch with the legends. You got people from all across doing stuff, digital marketing, got some newspaper coverage right here. This was DMA, believe this was in Chennai, Hyderabad. We've got Delhi coming up, Bangalore. The largest conference when it comes to digital marketing, my lovely wife, who is this picture officially represents when my wife Meera became a freelancer. She did the content marketing mastery again, a super milestone moment for me when my wife actually did this content and got some gigs. We did some trainings all across the year, just getting some feedback. Over here, urban nomads, definitely want to bring up urban nomads as much as I can. Hung out here for a good part of the year, did some events over there, did our first ever English podcast. Man, this was again something on the bucket list, and constant updates about the end of the year challenge. I finally did end up launching my blog. I thought it would just be too shameless and just too bizarre not to be a digital marketer and not have a blog, because they just keep telling people that they need to have a blog. So I did. I ate my own dog food, and I did some SEO, and if you now look at, say, digital marketing consultant 2020, you can see we've got Mr. Gaurav Guru, who is taking up position number one and position number two, ladies and gentlemen, for the year 2020. Also, I did a little bit of more SEO. This was more like for an ego boost, my branding keyword boosts. And here you can see I finally overtook Mr. Avinash Kaushik, the legend of the legends of the legends, but with some SEO, black hat SEO, managed to outrank the god of digital marketing. So Ask Abhi Arya show, we did the backpack. The backpack was like super cool. Did like 2 intensive days where people stayed over at our office, just planning the event. Webinars. This is where my wife decided to join in. This is part of the office that we rented out. Quick and easy, get stuff done. We have the online business backpack. This is again a super frame. I'm going to kind of skip right now. Maybe let's go slightly June. This was an awesome one where I managed to meet Andrew Warner from Mixergy. Was definitely on my wish list, and we were hanging at the Running Remote conference. Again, a very cool conference. My business partner Stan arriving in India, and we traveled all across uh, Asia. We were in Bombay. We were in uh, where else? Getting a lot of reactions. Want to see what is happening over here. Awesome. So now this is a live event that's happening in Chennai. So again, you can see like with the masters, these guys are like India's top digital marketers. I think I took more than 20, 30 flights easy this year, back and forth, different cities. Hopefully 2020 is going to be more, but this was more fun doing like an event in Goa. Like here you can see our audience was like 20, 30 people, and then it just like jumped up. And we are at the Hyatt in Goa, welcoming a little new addition and lovely daughter Sam. So this was again on the beach. This was kind of the picture I was referring to, but we had one on the beach. Did another event in Goa. Goa is where my buddy Arup stays, so it's awfully nice to go see him and do like an event over there, do some gigs there, and have a good time. So that has been my year in progress. The reason I did put this out to you is simple. I want you to make a vision board. I want you to invest in digital marketing. More importantly, have fun, travel around the world, spend time with family, grow your brand, grow your personal brand, build your blog, hopefully get more views and subscribers next year. Keep rolling. You know, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to learn about things like the vision board, which not too many people, at least that I know of, do. So do it. Make the change in 2020. I think it's probably the single biggest thing that you can do in order to really start shaping your life. Signing off. Peace. This is 2019. Gaurav. See you in 2020.